Let's talk about lightsabers. Not that anyone cares, but I actually used to custom build these things back in the day before companies like Master Replicas mass produced these. You had to actually make these yourself. So seeing these kind of things come in, gives me some nostalgia. So I just want to kind of touch base on some of the ins and outs of these things if you find them in the wild. Now, some of the better ones, you'll be able to take the blade apart from the hilt. This is called a hilt. It houses all electronics, as you can see here. The speakers usually are going to be on the back. We'll talk about that in a second. And the buttons are usually a switch right here on the side or on the top. Sometimes they're even right here. And this one happens to be an on and off switch, as you can see right there. Also, some of the better ones, when you swing it, there's actually a little kind of component in here that hits across a metal piece that creates a connection. And usually you can do the movement one, and if you actually hit it upon something, it actually will make a noise. Let me show you how that works. So the most common thing that goes out on these is usually the light element. Sometimes there's one LED and it shines through here. Light diffuses through the whole thing. Some of these are fancier, will have LED strips that go through. So when you turn it on, you can actually see it travel up the blade. Watch this. Those are the nicer ones that you can see that it travels all the way up and goes all the way down. But that's usually the thing that goes out. Also, the thing that usually goes out too is the speaker, but most commonly the actually LED element part is the thing that goes out. Now, to check the batteries, you can usually just unscrew this back part here and this whole element will come out. As you can see, usually there's corrosion if you leave the batteries in. I have no idea how this still works with this corrosion, but it's working. And these usually come out in one whole element. As you can see here, there's also an arrow and an arrow inside there that you can see that shows you the proper way to put it back in, because there's a connection right there. And that's usually how the batteries are housed in there, and the little speaker sets right here. Some of these speakers can be replaced really easily. The lighting element is the thing that's usually the hardest thing to replace if you ever do find these broken. So there you have it. That's the very basics of a lightsaber. If you ever need to test these, if you find these in the wild, some of them are worth hundreds of dollars. There's even a few of them that are worth thousands of dollars, especially now that Disneyland and Walt Disney World has specific locations that you can custom build these things. You're probably going to find these more and more out in the wild. So definitely look out for Master Replica ones. Some of those are worth a lot of money. And hopefully this helped you out. And if it did, let me know in the comments, and we'll see you next time. Take care.